Glenn, Dave's behind the camera, and of course we're the NC Beer guys. Welcome to another episode of NC Beer Buzz. We are very pleased today to be up near Boone in Ashe County. We're actually in West Jefferson, North Carolina, with Gary Brown, who's the owner, founder, and operator, and head brewer at Boondocks Brewing Company. And of course we're in downtown West Jefferson. We happen to be in a brand new facility that Gary is just sneak peeking for the public tonight. But Gary's been a presence in downtown West Jefferson for a while with the brewing company. We want to talk about what he's come from, what he's done, and where he's going in the future. Thanks for having us in, Gary. We appreciate the opportunity.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
We just had a great lunch in the restaurant. If you get a chance to eat when you're in West Jefferson, make sure you stop at Boondocks, have some lunch, dinner, enjoy the atmosphere. They got a great chef over there doing great things. But we're here to talk about beer. So up at the restaurant, or the old site, which is just like a block and a half.
Block and a half, how convenient.
Right, we're still right on, what is this, the main street?
South Jefferson.
South Jefferson.
South Jefferson.
You've had a small system for a couple years now. Describe that system.
Okay, essentially what we've got down at the tap room and restaurant.
And that'll still be the tap room and restaurant?
That'll still be the tap room and restaurant.
We're not closing down anything?
Absolutely not. We can serve 200, 250 people easily. We've got a very large outside deck area, which is quite popular this time of year because the weather. I mean, coming up from where you're from, this is why I'm here.
Beautiful day.
I just love it up here. But that system is really started with just a half barrel system. It's an old Sabco system, like most of us start on.
And you were a home brewer?
I've been brewing off and on since '82, so
okay.
Kind of dating myself a little bit. I did kind of get out of it for a while, pursued my professional career, finally got past that, decided to take early retirement. I'd gotten back into home brewing pretty heavily at that particular time.
And had some good reception for your beer.
Had some great reception, and actually was using water from Ashe County at our home down in Rocky Mount. Okay. So that's kind of where I really started getting the bug. You had some connection to the local here? We actually have had a vacation home up here since '93, '94 time frame. Okay. Just fell in love with the area.
So you were hauling water from Ashe County to the Rocky Mount area?
Every time we came up, I'd take my 5-gallon carboys and I'd take the water right out of the creek, right out of the spring.
To get the good mountain water down east. Then make good beer.
Then make good beer. Yeah, didn't have to touch the water. But what we've done is we've actually upgraded our kettles over the past 2 years because we opened August 1st, 2012. Since then, we've upgraded to a 1-barrel system using some tanks.
And you mostly serve just your restaurant patrons? Or only your restaurant?
That's the only
place. All you could do, I guess, to keep up with that size system.
Unless we do a little, events here and there. We do quite a few charity events. This past weekend, actually, we did an event for the Blue Ridge Brutal, where we served right at 230 bike riders who braved the cold and the rain, riding their bicycles 100+ miles. Right. So,
But on a regular day, you're just brewing for the restaurant.
Just brewing for the restaurant, right?
Tap area,
right. And our business model has really been just highlighting craft beers across the country because we've got 36 beers on tap. We came into a Bud Light, Coors Light centric community, and we've just been on an educational journey. And
I can't claim to know the street well, but there's not a lot of craft beer presence on the street.
There's not. We've got a couple little places that have, their version of craft beer.
Or 1 or 2 options.
Which is a little different from ours.
Right.
We, not to bash any brands, but we don't consider Yuengling a craft beer, even though it's a good beer.
Right.
You won't find that on tap because other people have that. But we...
And you do try to carry things that other people don't.
And things that you really would have a hard time getting anywhere else.
And we won't go into it today, what we had, but we happened at lunch, we were able to sample the only keg that exists in North Carolina of something.
And it was quite good.
And it was quite good. But we won't go into that right now.
We're very, very fortunate. We've got a good beer program, and we really just keep one of our beers on tap at any time. That's the only way that we can really keep up with the 1-barrel system.
With the production.
Right, and actually during lunch, we blew our last keg of our top 3 hop IPA.
So right now you're out of your own beer.
So once we get through with this, I'm gonna go back into the cooler, and we've got a bourbon barrel stout that have been carbonating that we'll put on for the weekend. We've got a Kolsch we'll put on after that blows, and then 2 weeks ago we did a chocolate milk stout.
Now you brew all around the styles? There's
around.
not really a set Boondocks style beer?
No.
I mean, obviously from what you just said, I mean, I didn't know that.
No, we really run the gambit. We've got a number of favorites that we have to brew, otherwise
that you keep in constant rotation.
We try to keep them in there. It keeps people from sending us death threats.
Now you're the head brewer.
I am.
You've got some other guys that brew with you?
I do. I've got Caleb Smith, who is a real good home brewer, and that's another thing I love about this journey I'm on is, most of the people that come in for putting in an application bring me samples of the beer.
That's right.
Not a bad
beat
deal.
that?
Yeah, but
that's a good racket.
He's real good. We work real good together. If there's an occasion where I can't be there to brew and we need to get a beer done, such as next week because I've got to be out of town, I'm like, you need to be prepared.
He can step right in.
We've got a young guy that's just started with us who does home brewing, and he's kind of helping us out a little bit.
And learning as he goes, and it's an opportunity for them to come up too, step up their skill level.
Absolutely. And what we're trying to do is position ourselves very well for what's going to be happening here.
All right, let's talk about it. You've been a couple years in the other site. Right. Now we're in a new venue here, and you're like I said, we're a block and a half down the street. This is going to be, you referenced the other one as the restaurant and tap room. What is this going to be called?
We're calling this basically Boondocks Brewing,
okay,
but we'll refer to the building as the brew house.
The brew house.
What we found is there was such a demand in the area for a facility where you could hold special functions, wedding receptions, anniversaries, wine pairings, beer pairings.
And a flexible open space. You can set it up in various ways.
Exactly. And plus we were in desperate need of more space and more brewing capacity.
So you're bringing in a new brew system.
Bringing in a new brew system.
What are you getting?
Looking at a 10-barrel system. We're working with 2 separate vendors right now, just trying to nail down exactly what we want to do. We want to try and do something a little unique. So we're going to look at options such as either a pure electric system or maybe an electric boiler system as opposed to natural gas. We're looking at just some creative options that'll make our brewing experience a little bit more unique than just the cookie cutter brewing experience.
And you'll be brewing across your whole line. You'll still be brewing up at the other side.
Absolutely, we'll be using that
for your
more as our pilot.
Small one batch stuff.
We'll scale some things up. So instead of brewing, 31 gallons, I'll be brewing 300 gallons, which will really take a load off of us. Plus we'll be able to do all the special events, all the catering.
And then you'll have the tap room here on site as well.
Absolutely.
For people just to wonder when you're not actually hosting anything.
Right.
Because when you're not hosting something, there won't be anything here except the tap room.
Except the tap
room. And the brewery operation.
And it gives us a lot of flexibility at the restaurant, particularly on Friday and Saturday nights. It's not unusual for people to have to wait an hour to get a table.
Okay.
Now we can give them a coupon, send them down here, let them enjoy this.
Buy their time down here a while and then come back up the hill.
I'm networking both of the buildings together, so our point of sale system will be communicating, so we'll be able to let them know your table's ready.
Great.
We can transfer the tab. All those little fun things.
Good. And for the people who know the area, what was in this space before? How would they know this particular
They would
spot?
refer, and they still refer it to as the old Gino's building.
The old Gino's building.
There was an Italian restaurant, Gino's Restaurant, who had been here since the mid-'70s. The building is just an amazing building that's gone through several transformations over the years. It started off as a Rhodes furniture store. It was a Western Auto. It was an appliance store. Then it was Gino's, and now it's Boondocks
Brew House.
Brew House.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
It's great to hear you guys are doing great things.
Yeah.
This guy is such a part of the community here, and you can feel that on every interaction with him and with you just walking up down the street and dealing with his patrons and his employees. It's just been a great visit. Thanks for having us so much.
Always good to see you.
So we're from West Jefferson and the Boondocks Brewing Company in the new brew house facility. This is Glenn, Dave's behind the camera. We're the NC Beer Guys, and thanks for welcoming another episode of the NC Beer Buzz. Remember, drink local and keep your beer dollars in North Carolina.
Come see us.